Hey, thank you for coming by Tory Magoo 44. Today I want to talk to the parents of the young people in Anonymous. Because some people have been writing me and talking to me that they're getting various letters from the Church of Scientology saying things that, their children are doing these, that they're, doing, terrorist attacks on Scientology and a personal attack on Heber Gents. Now, I want to get things perfectly clear with you guys. First of all, I'm probably your age or older. I was in the Church of Scientology for 30 years. Scientology is a mind control cult, okay? And they have things that they do. You may know people that you like. They have things that are good that they do, and there are some nice people. But they also have some very, very abusive things that they do, which is why I left, okay? Because they will not listen to you. They will not change. One of the things that is one of their biggest abuses is they break up families, okay? Where there are literally families, mothers, fathers, children that have called me who cannot talk to their relative. Because if they do, Scientology, when I left, said, if you don't speak out, my husband, I forget who it was who said it to me, but it was like, if you don't ever, my best friend, that's right. If you don't ever say anything, I'll still talk to you, right? And I said, come on, that's not going to happen. I mean, I grew up in a free speech family. So when I left and spoke out, Scientology literally declared me a suppressive person. This is their SP declare, that's what they call it. And they've got all these lies on here that aren't true about me. And they've done it to thousands of people where they declare you suppressive and then no one is allowed to speak to you. Okay? That's stopping free speech. Now you can say, well, that's their right, bop, bop, bop. Sure, but it's not okay. And when you start talking to different families, there's a point where you have to do something about when people are stopping freedoms. You just do. And your kids are standing up for these people. They break up families, they stop free speech, they run a thing called fair game where they say we can lie, cheat, steal, destroy someone utterly if they speak out against Scientology. That's like mafia-like. Now when that happened, it was a big upset in the community, so Hubbard wrote a big cancellation on it. But at the very bottom of it, it says this cancellation does not apply to suppressive people. So that means they can fair game your kids. And you can say, well, I don't want them to get in trouble. Neither does he. Neither does she. They're not out there to get in trouble. They're out there to express their freedom, which is part of our Constitution. They have a constitutional right to peacefully picket. And that's all they're doing. Now, I'm going to tell you something that you're not going to like. But in truth, Scientology got me to open up phony accounts that they used. I didn't know it. They wouldn't tell me. But I found out later they were opening up phony accounts to stop free speech on the Internet. I did that. Tory did that. So I know they do this kind of thing. So did your kid or anybody in Anonymous send them these threats? Or did they send them to themselves? Well, they came from Anonymous, right? And I'm the person who opened up the Anonymous accounts. Not for that, but for them to stop free speech on the net, which I didn't know about until I finally went and looked on the Internet and went, I can't do this. I mean, I didn't get into Scientology to stop free speech. And so what did they do? They turned on me. Okay? That's what they do. Now, they've taken some very young people, put their names up on a picture, on a big cardboard thing, and their phone numbers and their addresses. Shame on you, Scientology. That's over the top. It's not right. And they threaten them, saying, we're going to come get you. Okay? So for every parent out there, I want you to think about this. Every day of our lives in the United States of America, we live with wonderful freedoms that many, 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 many men and women have stood up and fought for. Many of them have lost their lives over. Okay? I'm not asking your children to lose their lives, but I am saying they have the damn right to stand up for what they believe in. And you should be very, very proud of them that they are. There's a ton of people in their generation that have never probably even walked out on the streets except to do a few little things. Many, many kids are just on the net all day or text messaging or something else. I'm so excited that here's this huge group of people, 10,000 people, all across the world that are standing up for their own rights. You should be very, very proud of them and very, very excited about it. This is wonderful, okay? And for Scientology, I told you this when I was in. You are creating your own enemies, okay? I told you that when I was in. I told you that in 2000. In 2000, I said to David Miscavige, the head of Scientology, I said, it is not going to be the ex-Scientologists that bring down the Church of Scientology. And I told him then, there's an army out there of people, critics at the time, and now anonymous, that are standing up for the freedoms that they have a right to do. And they have the net experience. They're very smart people, a lot of them. And they are the ones that are going to expose the things you're doing. And they have. There's many people that have for many, many years, and I thank them because they've spent years on this, exposing the abuses of Scientology. And now, the fact that your kids are doing this is wonderful. If you sat with one parent, Ida Cameron, who's 85, I think now, and a wonderful mother, and her son got in Scientology 30 years ago and has never spoken to her. And you know what Ida told me? This is like, she said, Tory, because when I left and I lost all my friends and my husband of 27 years, I cried for about 2 years, all the time. I just burst out crying wherever I was because it was just so sad for me. And Ida told me, she said, I never cry. I'm sorry. Anyway, she said, if I started crying, I never stop. It's true, okay? They hurt people. They hurt families. And your kids are standing up for them. I'm very sorry. I hate it when I cry. I look like an idiot. Anyway, and screw you, Scientology. Screw you so much for the nasty things you do. Anyway, I'm going to go. But I hope you hear me. And I hope you think about your kids. And I hope you hug them today. Okay? I'm going to go. Bye. Peace out.